Alright, this episode of Free, I see Haru's breakdown coming very soon. Very, very soon. Now, we know Free is all about the drama, but it's also about the miscommunication. Now, this episode was half and half between present day and flashbacks. And I do have to say, and I don't know how much times I can say this, there are many people that possibly only watch season 1 and 2 and never watched any of the movies, particularly Starting Days. You must, and I mean it, you must watch Starting Days, because there will be times where I'm bringing up some facts and you're going to be wondering, it never showed in the episode, where could she get this information from? It's from the movie. It's from the movie. The movie came out in 2015. I was able to watch it and I enjoyed it, of course, but it does help. It really does help if you watch the movie, because they will be bringing up a lot of stuff from it as basic flashbacks and ways to connect the story to what's happening in this third season, and as well as watching Free, Timeless Melody, Bonds, and Promises. You have to watch those as well, because they'll show some stuff like they showed in the episode where Haru quit the swimming team. That was also shown during those movies. So you have to watch, first off, Starting Days. Watch that and you don't even have to worry about nothing else. You can come back to this and watch it without any fear of missing out. So we know that the newcomer tournament is happening right now, and after Haru and Asahi finish swimming, they end up seeing Ikea. So they're trying to search for him all over the place, but they're always missing him by like a second. By the thin of their hair, they're missing this guy. And then we have parts where it jumped back to flashbacks during when they were in middle school. Of course, they lost their relay tournament, so they decided to have a summer camp in order to train for the following summer. Now, here's a point that I'm going to make from the movie. Ikea, at the time when he was in middle school, was trying to be like his brother Natsuya. Now, Natsuya was trying very hard during that time to make Ikea become his own person, find his own style. And we had a point in the episode where Ikea and Haru, during their middle school days, were talking to each other. It was the meteor shower scene. And Ikea mentions that he was trying the freestyle, the same style that Haru is specialized in. And Haru mentions that, you know, you shouldn't copy me, you should find your own ways of being free. So it goes to show you that Ikea was fascinated by Haru's way of swimming, and also for the fact that he needed someone to, how you say, get inspiration from. And he couldn't get it from his brother, because his brother was telling him, you know, you have to be your own person. So who did he look to next? Haru. Hence why their styles are similar. The way they swim is similar in the current timeline, but yet different. So while that is also happening, they made the promise that the following summer, they will face off and compete against each other to see who was stronger. And of course, Haru was very serious in his promise, but if you go back to season 1 with the conflict that happened between him and Rin, it was basically the catalyst for everything that had happened. So if Haru never really had that swimming competition with Rin, that little race that they had, and if that race never traumatized Haru would have still be able to swim with Ikea that following summer. But unfortunately, with the events that unfold, that caused him to quit the swimming team. Asahi wasn't his fault, you know, because he had to listen to his dad, so his family ended up moving. And then Makoto ended up quitting the swimming team as well. So essentially, everybody in a way broke their promises, even though it was by unconventional means. And this may have caused Ikea to grow some type of trust issues. And hence why he has this loner-like personality. Everything he can do by himself because of what he had to face years prior to now. So hence why Hiyori acts the way he does, because I feel, and I could be wrong, but I do feel like Ikea did explain part of the story to him, but it was mainly from his point of view. So Hiyori, in a way, is not only is he protective, but he feels he's biased because he's trying to grow so close to Ikea and his protectiveness of him, and he feels like that if he interacts with these same people that he swam with in middle school, there will be even more bad blood. Hence why he's always trying to deter Ikea from interacting with them, from ever talking to them and trying to solve out the problem. But it's worsening the problem day by day, episode by episode. Okay, so he's trying to further away Ikea from the group, and from them actually having a conversation to squash the whole thing. And the funny thing is, close to the end of the episode, when Haru had to run back to the place to get his towel, and then Ikea was trying to go get his phone from the restaurant when he and Hiyori went to eat, they actually met midway on the bridge, and Haru apologized. Now, if this was the other 2 seasons, it would have took Haru forever to even do so or acknowledge that there was a problem. This goes to show that how much Haru has grown within the past 3 seasons, and I really am grateful for that. This shows an immense growth to his character. Instead of just letting it slide and then, grow into a bigger problem than what it is, he wants to confront it right front and center. So he apologizes to Ikea, but Ikea's like, forget about it, it was all in the past, and I'm fine swimming alone freely. So this causes a shock to Haru. Not only that, we have where Hiyori comes in and it's like, taking Ikea and saying bye, don't care about you, and keeps it pushing. And so this leaves Haru into shock, because he's like, I apologize. It's not to say an automatic forgiveness, but hopefully an understanding of what's happening. But it's going to take a lot to really break Ikea's barrier, because you can tell he's actually very hurt, and also shocked that he's actually seen Haru for so long. So it's going to take a lot to break his barrier. And this is going to cause even more confusion and more frustration amongst the characters. And this eventually will lead to Haru breaking down again, which I'm actually scared of. But if you saw the opening, this is going to cause Haru to break down again. And I don't think any of us are prepared for that. We already dealt with it a little bit in season 1 and definitely in season 2. And this is going to be like a Haru mental breakdown 2.0. Okay, he went Super Saiyan in the opening. Okay. Not only that, next episode, I'm actually pretty excited. Kind of just stray away a little bit from everything that's going on, but we're going to see Natsuya in Sydney, Australia, along with Rin. So we're going to see how these two are going to cooperate during this season. It's actually a very odd thing to see, but hey, I'm all for it. So if you guys saw this week's episode of Free, dive to the future episode 2. Do tell me on how you felt about this week's episode, because seriously, Free is nothing without its drama. It's not. But also, I love the swimming. I love it. Okay, I love the swimming, but I'm actually I'm pretty scared. I'm pretty scared, especially for Haru. I'm really scared. And then the fact that we saw moments where Makoto was very worried about Haru's well-being, and that's not a good sign. That's definitely not a good sign, and I'm hopefully they will clear up everything with Hiyori, okay, and that he hears both sides of the story. And please don't hate Hiyori's character. Just think of along the lines of this: everybody hated Rin in the first season. They love him now. They hated Sosuke, and now they love him. And that's going to be the case with Hiyori. Trust me by this. Believe me, you're going to end up loving Hiyori by the end of this season. So, again, if you saw the episode, do leave a comment down below on how you felt about it. What were some points that you saw in this episode that I didn't brought up? What were some things that you felt they needed also to address? And how do you feel about the characters in this episode? and what do you think is going to happen for future episodes. The links are in the description box, so you guys go check that out. And I'm Kimmy Chun of Anime Legends Podcast, and I will see you guys later. Bye.